Stadium in Thurles. We usually for your own enjoyment and safety, and for the safety of our
You're welcome back to Croke Park, John and Colin, as Tipperary are crowned 2025 All-Ireland Senior Hurling Champions after quite possibly one of the most remarkable second half performances that we've ever seen. All the odds, all the predictions, everything went to the mark into this game. Seamus Kennedy.
Tommy.
A third All-Ireland medal.
Yeah, very nice, very special feeling.
Put this one into context for us, man.
Yeah, it's probably hard at the minute. It's a very special one, to be honest. Tommy, like we were here in 2019 and we didn't get back to Croke Park until 2025 again. Like, you know, you couldn't have made me believe that leaving here in 2019. But I think in particular from where this group has come from last year. Like this time last year we were looking around at each other going, where's this thing going to go? Like, so it's a very, very special one, and I think particularly for Liam Cahill, you know, he backed us, and you know, we'll be forever grateful for him. But I think for Ronan Maher as well, I don't think anyone deserves to captain Tipperary as much as that man has, and he'll have a special place on the wall in Thurles Sarsfields now, on that famous wall in Thurles. Like, and you know, I'm just so happy for him, so happy for him.
There'll be lots of chat about Darren McCarthy's performance and John McGrath and the lads up front, even in midfield, they were brilliant. But talk to me a little bit about Ronan Maher and watching the captain out there doing what he did in that first half in particular.
Look, he's just an unbelievable fella. He's an incredible. I think he made his debut for Tip in 2014. You know, he was captain last year when unfortunately things weren't going well for us. He was captain in 2022 when we didn't get out of Munster as well, and just some very hard days as captain for him. But he's just so happy for him. Like as I said, I don't think anyone deserves to go up them Hogan steps more than Ronan Maher. And like, what a family! Like what the service Pádraig gave to Tip and the way he to retire, and for like we could see him behind Ronan today lifting the cup. Like they're a special family and from a special club in Tip as well, so it's unbelievable.
It's amazing. The quality that he had, right, that backbone, this team. So yourself, Breen, Maher, Jason Ford, Jake Morris, John McGrath, there's all Ireland medals there, okay? But then there's this influx of youth, and we know the pedigree that's in Tipperary, the tradition, but nobody really gave you hope coming into it. Maybe that's as much to do with how low things got in 24. Like, you were fairly written off coming into this, though, Seamus.
Yeah, 100%, and like, you know, fair enough too, I suppose, in fairness. The performances weren't good enough last year, simple as that. And I suppose in fairness, we were probably the first to put our hands up, and you know, we left the jersey down a bit. You know, that Tip jersey can wear heavy on you at times, like it's a but in fairness, I suppose we looked at ourselves first and asked ourselves the hard questions, and no, thankfully answered. But as you said, like when you're getting into calibre lads like Darren McCarthy, Sam O'Farrell, Oisin O'Donoghue coming on there, like Robert Doyle, what an incredible first year Robert Doyle has had.
It's okay, we always have to deal with buses in the tunnels here in Croke Park. Like Seamus, like your own story as well. Like you've had injuries, big bad injuries to deal with, and you've won your All-Irelands before that. Like, well, what drove you to bounce back and come back from that, man? Because like everyone has their own story too. Yeah,
look, I suppose everyone does have their own. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's been a tough year, I suppose, doing the cruise shit last March and getting the operation. But I didn't want to finish. I didn't want my Tip career to finish having a cruise shit injury, to be honest with you. And you know, it was very hard to watch on last year when things weren't going great. And you know, anytime you get the opportunity to come in and train in Thurles a few nights a week with these lads and a chance to wear the Tip jersey, like I just really wanted to get back and experience that again. And look, I couldn't, in my wildest dreams, I couldn't have imagined that this time last year when I was doing the rehab and things like that. But very, very grateful to Liam, Mikey and the rest of the lads that, you know, they trusted me, and Paddy O'Brien and Angelo in particular, the physio and S&C, they put in hours with me, like hours, and just so happy that, you know, I've got the chance now today.
We're going to let you go and savour this and enjoy it because it's going to be sweet. Of all three, I'd say it's one of the sweetest. Just a final one. You come on in the middle of the second half and your teammates are in their flow in that time. What was that second half like? First of all, seeing it click because you were 6 down at half time, and then finishing out the job on the field.
Yeah, it was unreal, to be honest with you. It's just like, look, when you forwards of the calibre of Jason, John, Dara, Noel coming on, Oisin coming on, like if you're giving them enough good ball, like, you know, they'll do the damage. Like, and look, obviously the hard part of times is getting them the quality ball, but we did today, and the boys did the rest. Like, it was unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, McGrath, like, I don't think he had got much of an opportunity in the first half, and then he just does what he does. Like, he makes the first goal, he makes the penalty. as the second ball, as the ball leaves, as the sliotar leaves Connolly's hurl, Tommy Walsh is doing commentary with us, and it's as if he known, like he's been out there in 9 All-Ireland finals. He nudged me and just goes, John McGrath. Like as that was happening, just inspired moments.
Yeah, no, I'm delighted for John as well. Like he's had his, he ruptured his Achilles a few years ago, and he's had his tough days too, and just absolutely delighted for him this year. Like to get, we all know what John can do, and he's unbelievable again today and all year. So delighted for him.
Seamus Kennedy, congratulations! Thanks for talking to us off the ball, and enjoy Tipperary's All-Ireland.
Good morning, lads. How are you doing? Excuse the voice.
That is the gravelly voice we wanted, Reece.
Bit croaky now this morning.
Liam McCarthy, Reece, you can hold that one there. Safe hands from the Tip goalkeeper. Can you talk to us a little bit about the last couple of hours? Because, the Tipperary story is something that we're going to learn a lot about over the next couple of months, I suppose, and years. You weren't given much of a hope coming into it, but that rarely matters in sport.
No, it doesn't. I think we never give up all year. We just never give up, and we never give up on each other either. And we never give up on us, and the true Tip supporters never give up on us either. And I suppose I think that's just a testament there to see Liam McCarthy here this morning. And that's something special. We never give up.
There's a few things. Mikey Beavens was talking last night on TV, and he talks about connection between the squad and how close you boys are. Could you talk to us a little bit about that, Reece? Because there's different dynamics in every squad, right? And in your squad, you've got the boys with multiple All-Irelands now. You can tell Noli is 4, Seamus and Mikey and the boys have 3, and John. You boys now have your first. But there was lads coming in from different under-20s groups, different eras. Are you boys 23 or 4? Or am I could put a couple of years on you?
Yeah, I wish. You're giving him back a few years. I did there, so yeah.
So talk to us about the connection and how that forged itself this year, because that's so important.
I suppose it kind of started down in the dreaded Kilworth, blowing Cork there, so it did. Just kind of went to the training camp down there. Liam brought in Darren Cody's name there with us this year. He was big on body language, stuff like that, and holding each other accountable. And I'll tell you one thing, we've always said it for the last few years, but I don't think we really acted on it as much as we did this year. Everyone got in behind it. We all believed in the one goal, the one target. Nobody was dragging the team down. Nobody was draining the energy from the trainings or anything, and we just believe we don't focus, we don't rely on any individuals to get us over the line, so we don't we've had different men pop up every day out, get us over the line. We've had different men step up, and I think that's the best thing. There's all these talk about these individual hurlers out there for years and stuff like that, and there's about 4 or 5 lads, I say, on our team there we could have given to out there, but they probably won't get a mention either, which is the worst part about it. But I think that's the big thing. We're just one big unit, and everyone just stuck to it. It's just we don't try ourselves on individuals. We're a team. And that's, I suppose, let's say no more.
You can really see that, Reece, and that shines through, Conor. Yesterday, trying to pick a man of the match, I think everyone was wondering, will they give to John McGrath with his 2-2, or Darren McCarthy with his 113 and his unbelievable performance, maybe Willie Connors, who chased Decky Dalton down the tunnel for that brilliant moment before half-time, or maybe even Reece Shelley, the first goalkeeper to score from play in an All-Ireland final and save a penalty to go with it, or yourself having a mighty game in midfield, but it ends up being Ronan Maher, your captain, who I think defines a lot about your group as well. There's something about the Mahers, and Jesus, the way he rose to field some of those balls coming into the full forward line kind of really set the tone early doors.
Yeah, to be fair, he doesn't lick it off the ground either. I mean, if you park Maher home, it's just incredible for Ronan. And to be fair, he what a man, to what he's gone through on and off the field. I think he just epitomises everything about the group. And it's just great. Everybody's just so thrilled for Ronan, and he's just an incredible human being first, and he's a great player after that as well. And he is a leader for us, and we drive him up the walls outside of the pitch, probably on the pitch. But it's incredible for him to climb up those steps, and just looking at Park as well yesterday, he was there to embrace it in, and Shamie Cannon was there, and Brennan gave it takes, and there was other players as well. They're just, Tip is just it's an incredible county, and anybody that's wore the blue and gold, like there's just a bond there that you just can't describe. And I think Ronan epitomises everything there. And to be fair, he's a great leader, and all the cliches that go away, but he's an incredible person. And his family was just so proud, and we were just so proud of him as well, going up the steps. No better man.
Yeah, so well said, right? And tradition and pedigree is a really important thing in sport. Sometimes it can weigh a team or a county down. Looking at Manchester United, maybe, who had great teams before, but like, you seem to rise to it in Tipperary. And whether it be, the tradition of the clubs, or maybe even the family name, the Stakelum name, is plenty of tradition there too. What's it like playing with the brother out there as well? And there's obviously a rivalry there too. Like, there has to be rivalry in squads to make things happen. The great Kilkenny team, the great Dublin team, we're killing each other in AVB games. The Armagh team, before they won the All-Ireland, they always talk about their B team driving them. Was that an impact too, the squad that he had?
Yeah, I mean, like...
Sorry, talk to us about the Stakelums first.
No, obviously it's great, and my family were there, and obviously Dara, it was great, but like, there's loads of lads were just next person up. Like, it's great that we're there to share that moment, and it is special. Like, there's no point trying to hide around it. It's great, but just touching off like the panel and the team, like, there's lads itching to try get on a spot for the A versus B game. Like,
I'm pretty sure the B team beat us last week in the AVB game.
Yeah, so, and there does be a right bit of needle in that as well. And they let each other know as well. If the B team after getting the top of the A team. But no, it's great, and there's real healthy competition amongst the panel, and lads, it's brilliant. And we'll go and cut lumps off each other now next weekend in club championship as well. And it is, and it's really competitive, but that obviously brings out the best in us all. And like reset, like the A versus B games, I know a lot of teams talk about it as well, but if you're going in playing matches, you just can't beat matches and cutting lumps off each other, and trying to get back on back onto the team. Or I was just saying to Reece, we were coming down, like, we put down a couple of rough days and running together, and nowhere near the team. And
what's the goalkeeper like in the runs?
He's a bit to catch up yet, so he does.
You would regret saying that, I tell you.
Well, Conor Stakelum, Reece Shelley, All-Ireland champions 2025 for Tipperary, lads. Congratulations. It was incredible watching you.
It hasn't settled in yet.
Throughout the season. I can imagine that. Lads, well done.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it. Savour it all.
We will too.
Still a homecoming to come.
Oh, stop. I can't wait.
Delighted to be joined by Tipperary's Oisín O'Donoghue. Oisín, you have the hurling the hand already this morning. You're not stopping, All-Ireland winner, and you're still going.
Yeah, look, sure, there's just some buzz around the county now, and just absolutely thrilled to go over the line yesterday, and I'll be keeping the hurling in the hand for a lot longer with the thrill we got yesterday, and hopefully we'll be back again next year.
Talk to us a little bit about what it's like being a Tipperary hurler, watching that unfold, that second half. You come into the game with about 10-12 minutes to go. What's it like watching it as your team hit that flow state? Because I'm sure you knew as a group that you had that in you, but you weren't given much of a hope outside of the camp.
No, look, we were quietly confident going into the game, and look, it's always a dream going up and tip to run the jersey and represent your county at the highest level and on that stage. But look, we were quietly confident, and we went in under the radar and stood us down to the ground, and no one really gave us a hope with ourselves. But we had total belief in our dressing room, and we could overline it. Liam had total belief in us, and thank God we did.
You have a beautiful balance of youth and experience in that squad. What's it like playing with fellas like John and Noel McGrath and just the older boys, Jason Ford and even Jake Morris? What have they given to you?
Yeah, look, I grew up idolising these guys. Like, Noel, a massive role model in my life, and John and Jason and Jay and all the boys are the exact same. And to play with them was a dream come true, really. Couldn't write it. Like, you were to tell me that 3 or 4 years ago, at 14 or 15, I'd laughed, to be honest, but it's pure dream to get to grace the field with those guys.
Can you remember what you did at the final whistle and a couple of moments afterwards? Like, who did you go to in the crowd? What teammates did you get to first?
I went over to Seamus Kennedy, Noel and John, go to Davin, and it was just a surreal moment, really. Just, as I said, a dream come true, and celebrate with those guys was just unbelievable.
I have to ask you about the goal, right, in the semi-final, and the aftermath of it as well, because You'd been brilliant in the quarter final against Galway. You got a goal that day too, right? You're thrown into the mix. Your team are chasing something. The game's in the melting pot. Jake Morris slips you that pass, one of the greatest assists we've probably ever heard of. And man, is it instinct? Talk to us a little bit about that for even younger lads listening in at home. As that ball comes to you, it takes some strength to get by Owen Murphy from there.
Yeah, Jake will definitely claim the assist, right? But I know he know when to win it, and for me, time just stood still really. Like, I couldn't believe myself hit the net. Liam puts total trust in me to go on and finish the job and come on and do what the lads are doing, because they've all the hard work done. I just have to come on and try and seal the deal nearly. But yeah, Liam, huge credit to Liam, he puts total trust in me and the rest of the 5 subs going off the bench, and it's really a privilege to go out there and just perform like that.
Oisin O'Donoghue, it's the Winners Hotel. You're an All-Ireland champion. You're fresh this morning. You're savouring it. You're taking it all in. As I mentioned, show us the hurl there. You've got the hurl in hand. You're going to enjoy the rest of today. Best of luck at the homecoming, and looking forward to seeing your Tipperary team grow off the back of this as well.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
I'm thrilled to be joined by a very fresh Andrew Ormond, All-Ireland champion. How are you?
Great, Tommy. I'm absolutely delighted now this morning. I suppose, to put it into words, I suppose you're just thrilled for the group, thrilled for the management team, for the players that you trained with all year. Very excited now to get back to Thurles today, and it's just great.
Yeah, that homecoming is going to be special later on today. I was talking to Conor Stakel and Louise Shelley earlier, and at the end of our chat, I said there's still a homecoming to come, and they got so excited. Can you, for people at home that don't quite get it, or maybe haven't been a part of maybe a winning team or a championship winning team, what are the moments like after the game when you're looking at your teammates, whether it be on the field or in the dressing room or at the banquet, and you know what you've just achieved?
I suppose we were saying this earlier, you kind of you're trying to soak it all in, you're trying to stay on the field for a little bit longer, meet everyone you want to meet, your parents, your family. Obviously your teammates are the first people you meet, and that's great because they're the guys you soldier with for the whole year. But it's euphoric feeling to get over the line and win an All-Ireland championship. I suppose in Tipperary we've seen it growing up, we've seen great players winning All-Irelands, and to join that kind of status now is surreal.
It's amazing. You had a number of, and you're part of the fellas in your mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
So you're in your prime, okay? There's a few of you like that. But you had a nice mix of the boys with experience. Mikey Breen was 2 All-Irelands, Jason Ford, Nolan Grana was 4. Sorry, Mikey and Jason was 3 now. But, you had a class with them. Jake, Willie Connors were involved back in the day as well. You and your group hadn't, though. You'd won 20s, you'd won minors, there was club success along the way, I'm sure. There was a bit of college success thereabouts. You were in the mix, and there's all the talent was there. How much did the experience help you?
I suppose, it was great to have the experience of the older lads, and we had seen what they can do winning All Irelands. Noel, that's his 4th All Ireland, and the rest of the boys had got 3. Like Seamus Kennedy, Mikey Breen, Ronan Marr, Jason Ford, John McGrath. They're unbelievable to have around the dressing room. And then of course you have the younger lads coming through then, the likes of the Darras, the Sams, the Oshins, who are carefree and they just love hurling. And I suppose then there was that middle group, I suppose, the lads who had entered into their mid-20s, I suppose, and probably hadn't done it for Tipperary, and that was probably put down to us last year, that we kind of needed to take this team on a little bit now, this group. And I think subconsciously, nothing was said, but I think subconsciously that group of players became leading figures this year, particularly with the likes of Jake, Brian O'Mara, Craig Morgan, Conor Stakel. There's yourself, there's Owen Connolly, and I'm delighted for that group of players, because I suppose maybe in Tipperary people would have thought that the window was kind of closing for some of those players, that it was time to move a few lads on or whatever and go with a different group of players. But like I said earlier, we've worked with Liam and Mikey since we're 15, 16, 17 years of age, and I'm just thrilled for Liam and Mikey in particular that there was no one putting microphones in our face last year. Liam had to go out and face, I suppose, we'll call it the mob, I suppose, but he did that, and we backed him and he backed us, and just so delighted for him, thrilled for himself and Mikey in particular.
Yeah, I've interviewed Liam a few times. First time really hearing Mikey Beavens was last night speaking to Joanne Cantwell on the stage at the banquet, which was kind of a lovely way to get properly introduced to him, because he's there as a coach of an All-Ireland winning team. He spoke a lot about the connection in the group between the sides. Before you answer me on that, can you talk to me about the two of them and just give us an insight on, like, I've spoke to Liam a few times, you get the character of the man, you get how genuine and honest he is. He gives a shout out to his mum and dad the second he's off the field, and immediately talking about Dylan Quirk. Straight afterwards he's got him on his chest during the game too. Talk to us about the man that led you here.
I suppose Liam is probably one of the most genuine hurling men out there. He's just such an honest, genuine man. I suppose you can see that with him on the line when things are going great, when things aren't going great. Like, he's just brilliant. He's just brilliant to rally his troops. He's I suppose with him, he probably brings a lot of motivation to us throughout the year when we needed it, and he's able to keep on top of lads when they're not maybe reaching the heights that he thinks they are. But he just, himself and Mikey, they make you realise your potential, probably both on and off the field, and that's probably the greatest compliment I can pay to the two of them.
Is there a good cop, bad cop element, or are they bad cop, bad cop?
I know, good cop, good cop. No, look, the boys know, like, how to manage their players. Like, they're very good. Like, they don't just manage everybody the same. They manage everyone differently, and like, you could be, especially in the earlier part of the year, like, you could be in and out of the team or whatever, and the lads are always keeping you in check and keeping you updated with feedback. I'm sure that's great. And I suppose David Herty and Declan Laffin, TJ Ryan, there's plenty of lads back there as well to offer feedback, so it's great.
Andrew Orman, you've been incredibly good with your time. I'm sure your club are incredibly proud of you, the family, everyone, the squad. I'm sure you're so proud of yourself. Congratulations on becoming an All-Ireland champion, and savour the next couple of hours and days and weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks a million.
John McGrath, I think I caught you on the pitch in Cusack Park. You won a man of the match award in the Munster Championship. Did you see this coming as a Tipperary hurler this year, All-Ireland champion?
I think a lot of people would be lying if you said you saw it coming. I suppose you're hoping in a lot of ways, and in the background you definitely have a belief, and the ability is there, I suppose, but it would have been hard to say you saw this coming after the last couple of years. I suppose a lot of our focus early on in the year was really about, we wanted to get back competing, and like, I suppose when you do that, then you kind of have to see where it takes you, and yeah, certainly, and I'd say even in our wildest dreams you wouldn't have dreamt up yesterday's result really, but unbelievable. Yeah.
Talk to me about yourself. Like, you had an unbelievable year with the club last year in the winter. You started every championship game. Did you expect that this year, like, being part of that? I know Noel is coming on in a lot of games. Did you expect to be a starter at 14 and to do what you did?
I was actually just thinking it even there last night and this morning. Like, I played a handful of league games, came on in a couple of the league games, started one league game, didn't play the league final any shape or form.
What happened? Was it that goal in the Limerick game that just sparked your summer?
Yeah, I suppose, look, the lads probably took a little bit of a chance on me in the first round championship, and like that, I suppose you get a little bit of luck, little bit of breaks, I suppose, and the few goals in that game probably gave me huge confidence in that to drive on for the rest of the year then.
Last one, because you've got to hop into a car here into town. The goals yesterday, right? I watching you score a goal against Kilkenny in an All-Ireland final. You had a bit of time and a bit of space to control that ball on the ground and do it. Like, it's in the head as well, some of this, John. Like, staying in the game and being ready for those moments.
100%. You're only really getting half chances a lot of the time at this level, and when they arrive, you have to take them, or it just, like, you don't get a second. Like, it's gone from you if you don't take them. So look, I suppose maybe the bit of experience and that over the years stands to you in moments like that, because while a few people remarked it looked calm in what I was doing, the head was going 90, and you just kind of have to take a breath and get going again.
When the ball's in the air from Owen Connolly, Tommy Walsh nudged me in the press box and said, "Look at John McGrath." It was like slow motion. Was it slow motion in your head?
I'm trying to even remember it there now, but there was one or two little balls like that were kind of dropping short during the game. Just probably maybe the way the wind was and that, and there was a couple of half opportunities there. Jason had one in the first half disallowed, so yeah, just got the nudge on it and in over the line.
Well, there's a couple of boys nudging you to get into the car here. John McGrath, thanks for your time, appreciate it, and well done.
Thanks, Howie.
Congratulations, fair
Thanks.
play, boy. Willie Connors messing behind us here. Thrilled to be joined by All-Ireland winner, Tipperary, Darren McCarthy. How are you this morning?
Light headache, but not too bad.
Well, talk to us about yesterday, Dara, because I have to be honest, looking at you standing over the first free, there's jeers coming from the hill. Can you hear them?
I've heard a few of the lads saying how didn't you hear it, but you kind of block it out. But you hear a small bit, but you kind of have to steal the mind there and just stick to your process there like you do in practice the whole time.
As a young fella coming into that final, there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, man. How did you manage to handle it in the way that you did? Because it was just exemplary. 113 in an All-Ireland final.
Yeah, I know. In fairness to all the management team and all the boys, used to back me to the hills, like even after having a stinker on the freeze there in the semi-final or whatever. Liam just said, "Listen, you're the man," or whatever, like, and he backed me to the hills, and that's credit to him, and that gave me so much confidence as well. And yeah, just stealing the mind there again, and back to basics and practice, and kind of got your way back into it again.
That kind of touches on something that Mikey Bevan said last night at the homecoming and the banquet about the connection between the squad, because you've all different ages and different groups and all coming together from different clubs. And Willie Connors messing behind us here. He's welcome to come in and join us. I'm trying to get him since 7:30 this morning. But will you talk to me?
How are you going, Tommy? How are you going?
You legged it. You chased Dalton down the tunnel yesterday, but you legged it from me.
Yeah, sure. You're not as much daunting as he is, I suppose, in a way.
Oh, come here. Listen, lads, the two of you yesterday, unbelievable performances. Talk to me about what this man did for you yesterday on the field, because he had a serious job.
Sure, lads like him and Ron just take so much hits for the team, like just nearly ruining their whole game, try to ruin someone else's game, nearly just playing their part. And it's unbelievable. Just that's what teammates do, is look out for another and take their own game away to benefit for the team.
You really are a team, like, you can see that. Obviously, after the fact, we can all look in and see it, but you've known it, like, you're a proper team.
It kind of really showed yesterday, I think, to be honest with you. It just, there's a togetherness there now, and in fairness, maybe it hasn't been in Tip in the last 2 or 3 years, and there's no point lying about it. But yesterday, kind of, I suppose, the complete performance nearly came to the fore, and it just happened on the day. And the likes of him, he got his redemption day, thank God. So we were delighted for him.
It's amazing. Like, you're only 19, aren't you? You know, you're playing a schools final last March. Talking about redemption, look, and we were all kind of saying it there a little bit, you know, because the 2 red cards, like, you were gutted after the one in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Like, you could see how upset you were. You know.
Listen, you have to.
There are moments that happen. Like, it's a contact. Like,
yeah, it happens. But listen, that's me. It's my own fault. I have no one else to blame but myself. But listen, you have to, like I said 2 or 3 times already, just steal the mind and just forget about it. When you have lads like this here beside you and the 39 other lads you have, you're in no better place.
Yeah. You've got McGrath in the corner and Jason Ford beside you in that full forward line. Like, that's pretty special to be playing alongside those boys. When McGrath wins his penalty in such an expertly manner in that he does, like, obviously he fields that brilliant ball, but there's a bit of genius there. There was no one else taking that penalty. Like, you were on it. You were ready to go, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a conversation.
There was a debate before.
Yeah, there was a debate beforehand.
But it wasn't like the Chelsea players fighting over it.
Yeah, no, I was meant to be on the penalties. Claire actually just took the ball, so it's just the way it happened, I suppose.
Myself and J.O. said that he said he was going to have a go, and I said, no, J.O., leave it to me.
But they can be big moments. Do you know, that's... Like, that's the turn of the quarters. I know we're kind of laughing about it now, and it's a 15-second turnaround. Like, there's still big pressure because you've turned the game, but you got to nail that moment.
Yeah, I kind of looked up at the scoreboard and I said, 3 up now. Go 3 here. We're up by 6 with a man up. Like, we're in some position. So I kind of just had to concentrate on that there a bit. No, J.O. said go for it. So he gave me the confidence there as well.
Talk to us a bit about Toomey Vara. It's getting a lot of mentions at the minute.
Toom? Oh, jeez. What have I to say? What a club, and we'll be coming for these lads during the year as well. We'll be coming for these lads during the year. Hopefully Dan Breen will come home too at some stage.
Lads, look, it's an unbelievable story. Like, you're on top of the world, All-Ireland champions. Tipperary. You know, there's all Ireland medals in your dressing room already. You had one from before, didn't you? Like it, but you're chasing it for a long time after that. You mentioned the bond and the connection, and we know the depths of last year that it didn't click for you. When did you know it was happening this year, that you were motoring in the right direction?
It's actually. I think it was off the field. We made some effort to meet up and stuff. And we were all together nearly off the field. Yeah. Okay. Like after training, there could be 30 lads in a coffee shop all together. Like.
But that has to be genuine as well. Like you can't fake that.
That's not fake. Like no, lads turn up there and they mean to be there. And like some lads might fake spending time with each other, but we genuinely want to spend time with each other, and that's what made a difference.
You look like you have something to say about that.
Oh, not much now after that. Now, Dara hit the nail on the head there. No, we're like you said. It's great when we win. If we lose, we're not, and the cameras aren't here and whatnot. But it's fucking brilliant when it wins, and we'll enjoy it. That's it, Tommy. No, yeah.
I was talking to you about the tunnel earlier, but the dander was up. We see it all the time. Like, what happened there?
It was just I think we were meant to go down first, and I suppose Declan being Declan, he's a thick man, and in fairness to him, he's a brilliant hurler. But he ploughed on through Tyler Walsh, and so we just followed down. And
but you need that in hurling too. Like it's a contact sport. Like you need that.
It kind of made the game, I suppose, in a way. And thankfully we got a hop off it, and that was it. But sure, if Hoggy scores that free in the second half, you don't know what way they go 7-up, and. It can be a different game, but we were back in the game after 2 or 3 minutes, and that's it.
Well, lads, extraordinary story. You've so much time to enjoy it now and build on it from such a young team. I'm sure you're going to keep some of the older boys on as well, or maybe not. But that's up to themselves.
No, they won't be going anywhere. I was talking to Nolly there last night. He's going nowhere.
There you go. An exclusive for Off the Ball. Darren McCarthy, congratulations. Willie Connors, congratulations. Fair play to you and Tipperary.
Thank you.
We're delighted, really delighted to be here this morning. It's a really good historic tradition coming out here, the All-Ireland winners, so I was really glad to be up out of the bed, and it's really nice to see some of the kids here this morning, so but we're feeling good, yeah.
Such an important tradition in the GAA, visiting the children. How does it feel coming in today?
Yeah, I was actually here in 2019, and it's to be fair, a good turnout of us got up this morning, came out here. Really nice thing to do, and just seeing some of the kids here this morning, bringing a bit of joy to them. Some of them are really sick, so if we can give back in any way, we'll do that, and really grateful to be able to give them a smile on their face this morning anyway.
Ready for the homecoming. How are you feeling?
Feeling brilliant, yeah. One of the best occasions for the club that we ever had. Ronan Mayer is one of our greatest ever players, and for him to bring Liam McCarthy home, back to the home of hurling, back to Thurles, our club Thurles starts, we're delighted, and the party's only going to get started now.
Yeah, we're throwing a party for Liam McCarthy.
Thurles is going to be brilliant tonight. They're expecting 40,000 here. Party will be great tonight, and we'll have a few tomorrow, and we might have a few Wednesday as well, and we'll see how it goes after that.
Marie's a very happy girl after the tip win yesterday.
Yeah, sure, look, it was absolutely immense. Marie was actually up in Croke Park for the semi-final, and in our wildest dreams we didn't think that Ronan would do this, but it's absolutely amazing, and he's a credit to everybody in this club and in Thurles, especially our family, the McCormicks. We're so proud. He's amazing.
Of course.
Can I go again?
No. You're on